Well, it's been a very, very long day of travel, but it's all been worth it as you join us on this happy occasion as we join Steve Harmison and Chetan Narula on this happy day of matrimony. Well, there is actually a wedding taking place later at the Avanti Hotel. We've arrived in Bhubaneswar. It's been a very, very long day. Harmy, how are you feeling? All right?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. 5 o'clock start this morning, 3 different airports, 2 different aeroplanes, but we're here. We're an hour away from the ground. And I think it's going to be... England have got to bounce back, so you hope that the message in the England dressing room is us of we need to win.
Tell you what, we'll talk about the cricket a little bit later. Chetan, tell us a little bit about Bhubaneswar.
Well, it's my first time here, but it's a beautiful city, as we have seen, and the party mood is on. The party mood is on. We're setting the mood now. But yeah, like I said, it's a beautiful city, and it's been well developed over the last few years. Cuttack, the Barabati Stadium, is one of the oldest stadiums in India, and it's been redeveloped as well. Some really great cricket matches have happened here, and as always, as in any part of India, there's a lot of passion for cricket.
I think the sound system's working all right. I tell you what, it's going to be a wonderful occasion. It's absolutely amazing, these drapes around for the happy couple made out of fresh flowers. Anyway, as I said, let's go somewhere. We better make way for the bride and groom. I think they might be on their way. We'll talk about the
all
cricket
dressed
somewhere
up and
else.
everything, yes.
Well, that was unusual. All right, Harmy, we can talk about cricket now. You know what? Teams have a rule these days, don't they? Have done for many years, that when a big defeat, big loss, doesn't matter. If there's a hairdryer or champagne corks to be popped, do it tomorrow, or at least the hairdryer, and do it the next morning, sleep on it. So we've had a chance to sleep on it and 12 hours of travelling to reflect on England's defeat, and it still feels as heavy as it did last night.
Yeah, it still does feel as heavy. Like I mentioned to John Norman and Darren Goff last night, and Abby, it's the messaging for me in this England team at this moment in time. It's the messaging, talking about the free-spirited, free brand of cricket that England want to play. And are we saying we're happy that they've sort of given them freedom to fail? Because there doesn't seem to be too much accountability here. This is 6 times, and I reiterated it last night, more than 6 times, that number 11 has batted on this trip in 6 games, 5 T20 games, and 1 50-over match. Number 11 has batted every time. Now, if the message is go out and be as free-spirited, there's some point you've got to be made accountable. John Norman mentioned last night 2 or 3 names who are playing in the IL-20 or the SCA-20. Now, you're always a better player when you're not in the team. I get that. I still think these are as good England players that there are out there. I just think the game plan that England come with, I actually think they're setting themselves up to fail, because it's as if it's not that by saying they don't care is not right, and I don't mean that at all. I don't mean that at all, that they don't care. They do care, but it just seems as though if they give their wicket away, well, we've got a game tomorrow, and that for me is the wrong mentality. And I think that's where, when you talk about hairdryer, John Norman and Darren Goff mentioned last night about the other players and players who didn't get... Are Brendan McCullum and Rob Key ready to make a big decision? Actually, they have made a big decision, because they've left out the likes of Sam Curran. They've omitted Sam Curran, they've omitted Will Jacks. That's a big decision for me when you look at some of the players that they have picked, in a way comes down to game plan and who fits into the group. Like I've said many, many times before to you, Neil Manthorp, this is an easier side to get left out, a harder side to get left out of than it is to get in. And that for me concerns me, because we are losing, and we are not losing to the West Indies on a flat one. We're not belting the West Indies on a flat one. If we want to be the best team in the world, we've got to compete against the best team in the world. They've got no Jasprit Bumrah, and other than maybe 1 game, possibly 2 in that 2020 competition, we were nowhere near beating this India side, and that was their India B side. And I thought yesterday, India let their foot off the gas a little bit at the end to make it a little bit more palatable. But at the end, if India had won that game in 25 overs, in a tournament play, if this is in Dubai, semi-final, Champions Trophy, and the same thing happens again, England get bowled out for 241, India win that in 25 overs, because of ruthless India doesn't lose 3 or 4 wickets at the end. That's what I think.
Chetan, both captains have spoken a lot about wanting to play a certain brand of cricket, and they've spoken about that with great pride. And boy, is Rohit Sharma's team delivering apart from one man.
and that's what I said yesterday, didn't I? That if there is one pronounced weakness in this Indian lineup, that is now seemingly at the top. Yes, Virat Kohli didn't play yesterday because of his knee issue, but the form of both Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli is troublesome for Indian cricket fans. Now let's just talk about Rohit Sharma a bit. You go back to the last 4-5 months, just the start of the season, against Bangladesh, against New Zealand, then in Australia, then in the domestic cricket match that he played in Mumbai. The mode of dismissals for Rohit Sharma are coming thick and fast in a similar fashion. And when a batter is on the wrong side of 35 and he's getting out in the same way, trying to attack the bowler or not really reading the length correctly, and even his favorite shot, the pull shot, is not really producing results. And then the incoming deliveries against the new ball, he's struggling against that as well, and he likes to bat at the top, so there's no escape really from the incoming new ball delivery. So the manner of dismissals in the last 4-5 months is eerily similar. And like I said, when you're on the wrong side of 35 and this starts happening, you know what it means. It is signaling the end of Rohit Sharma's international career. I think he is fighting to stay on in the team, which makes these last 2 ODIs, I'm sounding a bit harsh, and maybe Rohit Sharma fans will really kick me on this video, but let's be honest here. The next 2 ODIs become really important for Rohit Sharma, because do you want to be in a position in Dubai at the Champions Trophy where you're wondering, why can't we play Yashasvi Jaiswal and Shubman Gill? It happened in Sydney where Rohit Sharma had to drop himself. Does Indian cricket want to be in a similar position in the Champions Trophy? Because the way he's scoring, or not scoring in fact, we are headed in that direction.
Chetan, don't have to apologise to be harsh. Unfortunately, I mean, I wasn't exactly tickling England's belly when making my comments about England, but I look at Rohit Sharma, and yesterday I thought it was set up for him perfectly to go and get 70 or 80 quickly. I mean, I thought he captained the first half really well yesterday. I thought his bowling changes, he seized the moment, especially after that difficult start. I thought when he brought Rana back on, I thought that was a good move, good captaincy move. I thought he fielded brilliantly in the diving around, and then I was expecting him to go. I look at this Rohit Sharma situation, especially in one-day cricket, as something similar to Owen Morgan. Yeah. When Owen Morgan left the England team were on top. They were one of the best teams in the world at the time. And Owen Morgan, you could see for 6 months, he just wasn't getting the scores. For the one to try in, he was still captain of the team brilliantly, and he was still, I think, probably just deserved his place. But Owen decided, he woke up one morning and went, right, this team needs to go on without me. He's done it in the test matches. Can you see that happening again?
Leaving himself out?
Leaving himself, or just retiring, walking away.
No, he's not going to walk away, that's for sure. I mean, we are, a week away from the start of the Champions Trophy, and from what I understand, he wants to be playing that Champions Trophy because he would like to win it. If he wants to sign off from the game, he wants to sign off on a high. I thought winning the T20 World Cup was the perfect sign-off, perfect high for Rohit Sharma after the disappointment in Ahmedabad. But now going to Champions Trophy, you mentioned about his captaincy. For captaincy, I mean, the reflexes don't count. Your runs, I mean, the way you score runs or the manner you're getting out, that doesn't really count because your analytical mind.
I think that's what Morgan did.
Yes, exactly. Your analytical mind, your leadership skills are very different from the way you're scoring runs or approaching your innings. The desire for Rohit Sharma is still there. Have his reflexes slowed down, that they are not really just responding to what his mind wants to do, because look at the way he's getting out. He's always in 2 minds about what shot to play. Like I said, even his best shot, the pull shot, is not really producing results. So it's high time to score those runs. I don't see him dropping himself in the Champions Trophy. But again, imagine if we come to that situation what shambles is it for Indian cricket to come to that situation 2 series in a row?
Okay, well, the one thing that we can all say is that we held him in the highest regard, as do millions and millions of others.
Yes.
We all want him to succeed.
Yeah.
Nobody's trying to push him out the door. We'd love him to go out on a high. But we left Nagpur before the sun came up this morning, before rush hour even started. It is now rush hour, 13 hours later. Not only are the bride and groom on their way, but it's cold beer o'clock.
It is. It definitely is cold beer o'clock, and I mean, we wish the bride and groom all the very best. And hopefully, to be fair, no matter, I mean, the sound system is unbelievable, but not even that's going to stop me from going to sleep tonight because I am absolutely knackered.
Chetan's going to crack us an invite for a glass of bubbly.
I'm going to try, but you might need to dress up in sherwanis or 3-piece suits or tuxedo or something. We might go, there's a shopping mall here, we might go do some shopping now.
To be fair, if there's free beer on the go, Manners will dress up in anything he wants.
Thanks for that, Harmy. Speak of the devil. Right, don't forget, live ball by ball commentary exclusive on talkSPORT and the Cricket talkSPORT YouTube channel.